Streamer Silky cutting up in traffic on his stream the other day with absolutely zero consequences whatsoever. He's cutting and weaving through traffic at what appears to be like double the speed limit. Not to mention he's kind of just like bad at it.
Where you at,
This
Berto?
trend is gonna get someone killed.
Guys, something keeps happening in the streaming world, something that it seems like streamers are like allergic to not doing. And seriously, I think if something doesn't change soon, whether that's like the platform stepping in or lawmakers stepping in, we are gonna see some real bad shit happen. And when I say that, I mean I think people are probably
What was y'all favorite stupid trend over the years? I think my favorite stupid trend had to have been the the crate challenge. Y'all remember that one? Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I used to laugh my ass off watching these idiots break their necks. Woo, that was a good one.
Things just go together beautifully, like chocolate and strawberries, performative men and matcha lattes, and streamers driving like a complete fucking...
Oh, the beat up the pedo shit was funny too. They used to violate them niggas. And the best part is like they such scum of the earth, like you do not feel bad for them.
Dumbasses endangering the lives of everyone around them in the name of content. Seriously though, it feels like every single week we are hearing about a different streamer going out and live streaming themselves committing some sort of crazy traffic crime with absolutely no consequences whatsoever. And it just keeps happening. We've watched streamers run red lights because they were too busy reading chat. We've seen TikTokers kill people because they were too busy staring at their phone trying to be on a TikTok live. We've seen losers crash McLarens while they were trying to read chat and then try to turn it into a clip. Like at some point, somebody's got to put their foot down. Because as long as it's something that gets people talking, it's going to be something that these streamers do. Because if we've learned anything about the streaming world over these last few years, it's that it's an industry that has taken the phrase, there's no such thing as bad publicity to heart more so than any other industry on the fucking planet.
Yeah, facts. That is a terrible combo. Hat and hoodie. That doesn't even make sense.
Hell no, man.
This nigga need to get banned off Twitch for doing that. All right, let me stop hating. What's going on?
So these guys will literally do anything if it gets them in the headlines for a few hours. And that sort of mindset leads to the kind of shit we're talking about today, which is the streamer Silky cutting up in traffic on his stream the other day with absolutely zero consequences whatsoever. Now, if you've never heard of this guy, he is not a small streamer whatsoever. He has over 1 million followers on Twitch. He's the 248th most popular streaming channel in the world right now. Yet that doesn't stop him from driving like an idiot who just got his license for...
And he got a beanie on. This nigga got a bandana, hoodie, and hat on.
For no other reason than, I guess, to try and impress his chat, which I will admit, pretty noble cause. But seriously, at some point, something needs to be done. As you can see from the clip, not going to be playing the audio because he doesn't really say anything anyways, and it's just copyrighted music. But he's cutting and weaving through traffic at what appears to be like double the speed limit. Not to mention, he's kind of just like bad at it. He doesn't seem like a very good driver. And he's doing this while live with his face fully visible on his public Twitch account that everybody knows is his. And still, he faces absolutely zero consequences whatsoever. And it just blows my fucking mind that these guys are able to get away with this. This kind of shit is beyond reckless. And if you...
Now, I'm not gonna sit here and be a hypocrite like I ain't never cut up in traffic before. I guess the question is, record it, post it while you're live streaming is probably bad plays. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's not right. You shouldn't do it. I don't do it often. It's definitely not worth it. It's dangerous. But come on, man. You know, I saved up some money and I bought nice expensive car. I have a car that I like really a lot right now. Mercedes-Benz AMG GLE. You don't think I'm putting that pedal to the metal just a little bit? Just a little bit. But do you know the way I do it? He's going a little too long. He playing with his life. Like the way I be speeding sometimes, chat. Again, I'm not saying this is right, but I'm saying like, you know, you kind of feel yourself for a little bit. You press the gas real fast, go hang, and then all for like a little bit of like, I don't know, 5 seconds, and then you slow back down and calm your ass down, you know, and then you just drive like a regular human being. That's how I be moving. This nigga been speeding for like at least a whole minute, and a minute in like driving time. Like, hold on, man, you kind of going crazy. Let's see what transpires though.
Drive like this, you should not be allowed to have a license. You should not be allowed to be behind the wheel of a car. And more importantly, really, because obviously in practice, all those things are already true. Like depending on where he lives, if he got pulled over doing this, he very well could lose his license. It's just about the enforcement of it. So really, what's more important to me right now now is that streaming platforms start cracking down on this shit. Like, honestly, what is it going to take? Like, is there going to have to be a streamer with 2 million followers who T-bones a car and kills a backseat full of kids before Twitch does anything about this? Like, is that what it's going to take? Because that's kind of what it's starting to seem like. In my opinion, streaming in your car at all should be against the terms of service of any reputable streaming website. Obviously, doing something like this should get you banned for good. There is no reasonable defense for any streaming platform allowing shit like this on their websites. This is how people die. Your brain plays a lot of funny tricks on you when you're operating a vehicle, partially just because it has to keep you sane. But car accidents are a leading cause of death across the country. And
yeah, he's tripping. He's tripping. Despite what I just said, like, I mean, I'm literally just watching it. I haven't seen no cuts in this video, and this nigga has been speeding this whole time. And he's definitely going over 80. He's probably in that 90 range, 90 to 100 range. He's tripping.
And in a lot of cities where like traffic is real bad and the populations are real dense and very car dependent, it is often the leading cause of death. And people don't really want to think about that when they're driving, so they sort of let the fact that they are driving a 4,000-pound missile around slip their mind. And it's especially bad with fast luxury cars. If you're heavy into the car scene, I'm sure you've seen something like this. I feel like everybody has. Somebody gets their first nice car, especially something like this guy is driving an AMG, which is going to help you out a lot and make you feel like you're a better driver than you are, and it makes them forget about all that shit even quicker. And it leads to idiots doing shit like this. You've got a guy who anybody who's been around real drivers can tell is a shit driver, thinking he's invincible cutting and weaving through traffic, and saying shit like this.
Yo, I ain't lie. One day I'm gonna have to do some crazy shit. I think I know what I'm gonna do. I ain't gonna lie. I should really hop on like an alt account and just go see women. Like the first day I got this call back, I don't know if I was on some drug.
They're saying do it on Patreon.
Oh, I could do it on Patreon.
All right, so just
so he's just a speed demon. He's just a speed demon. He's just like, I'm trying to do this. He's not even trying to get nowhere. It's like he's just a speed demon. I know people like this that are just in perpetually trying to go fast for no real reason. Yeah, he's tripping bad. He's tripping bad.
So we're all on the same page here. This is one of the most popular streamers on Twitch right now, who 5 minutes before all this was live streaming himself committing traffic crimes, possibly even traffic felonies.
And he was talking about, I don't know if I was on drugs. What you got going, Silky? What's up with niggas, bro?
Also admitting that he drives recklessly while he's under the influence of drugs, and then floating the idea of making a Patreon, or using his existing Patreon maybe, I don't know, to upload videos of himself committing more traffic crimes. Are we fucking serious, Twitch? Like, really, is this just what we're doing now? Is this just what the modern streaming world is gravitating towards? Is every platform just gonna slowly devolve into doing nothing but housing degeneracy like Kick or Rumble? Like, historically, we've always given Twitch a lot of shit, you know, especially for how the site's been run, but that's because it hasn't always been that way. It's kind of the same thing as to why YouTube catches so much flack. It's because these are good platforms. You know, nobody expects like a higher standard of moderation and like creators being held accountable on Kick. We just know that's not the case, so nobody really cares about it. But when we have Twitch, the face of modern streaming, allowing people to do this.
Berto, are you a good driver, gang? I mean, I like to think so. I've never been in a car accident where I was in the driver's seat. Every car accident I've ever been in, I was in the passenger seat or somebody hit me while I was completely minding my business. But even then, that's not even true, because anytime somebody was almost about to hit me, I was able to avoid that shit. Yeah, the one time I got in a car accident, Feek was driving. And I ain't gonna lie, to this day, I always said to Feek, and he denies it, but I was like, I felt like I saw that shit coming from a mile away. Like if I was driving, I feel like that accident wouldn't have happened. Totaled my shit. It was my car too. Totaled my BMW, bruh.
allowing their big streamers to do this. It's like, what the fuck's going on? And again, it just goes back to my question, what is it gonna take? Like if Silky was trying to cut around somebody and they slammed on their brakes and he rear-ended them, would that have been enough? Would that have just been like a 1 week ban, a 2 week ban, a slap on the wrist? What if he injured them? Would it be more serious then? Maybe a month? And like, look, don't get me wrong, I understand that the moderation of a live streaming platform has to be different than pretty much like any other kind of social media platform because it's live. You can't edit it. You can't really like go back and take things out. And that's why we have this sort of culture on Twitch.
Appreciate that follow, man. Welcome to the family.
Get a 1 or 2 day ban because a lot of the times these streamers are getting banned for things that aren't like fully their fault.
Did he buy you a new car? No.
But they're also not like completely innocent either. It's just kind of a different situation. But these sorts of things are not part of that. Going out of your way to film yourself cutting through traffic is a very deliberate thing. I mean, I scrubbed through some of the frames of this live stream and there are times where he's going over 100 miles an hour. And based off this sign, I was able to figure out he was driving on the 101 in LA right here, which the section he was driving on has a speed limit of 65. And when he took that exit to go right, it turns into 55. And it's also one of the busiest fucking highways in America. I mean, that is multiple criminal charges and that took me maybe.
Yeah, he's tripping, bro. Like I said, like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like Mr. Goody Two-Shoe and point the finger like a nigga's never cut up in traffic before. I definitely have, but I just feel like whenever I want to feel my car a little bit, it's like you accelerate, cut up real quick, and then it's like, all right, I'm going too fast for too long. Let me slow my ass down. Let me chill. Like, you a grown ass man, doing this, bro. Like, come on, man. At some point, the clock in your brain got to start clicking like, okay, maybe I need to just be a little bit more responsible with my life. And if I don't care about my life, I mean, at least care about the people around me. So, hey, man, I feel like the video's getting a little bit repetitive, so I'm going to end it right here. But honestly, bro, L plays from that boy Silky. The only thing I will say, though, is like, I feel like I agree with what August the Duck was saying, the commentator of the video. But I also don't know if I feel like this warrants a permanent ban, though. Because he was talking about how, like, what should Twitch do to step in? What should Twitch do to step in for something like this? Because if we, as if I'm part of the process. But if you were to get banned for a day or two, everybody would say that's not enough. If you were to get banned for a month, though, I almost feel like that's a little bit extreme for something that is just more of a hypothetical. I'm very curious to hear what y'all think about that. Cause what's the answer? Like, what is Twitch supposed to do about something like this? I'm genuinely curious what y'all think.
Where you at, Berto? I made this shit look sweet.